What's up guys, today we're back with another gaming test. If you're interested in this machine, check out my full review and other gaming tests of this machine. With this Alienware x17 RTX 3070 i7-11800H, it actually runs quite well. Its GPU is rated to run at a higher wattage at about 155 watts. Unlike Razer Blades, which runs at 125 watt, you get much more power with this machine, and because of that, you can expect the performance to be about 20% better. I was actually very surprised not all RTX 3070 graphics chips are created equal. Well, they are, but the manufacturer gimps the GPU performance by reducing its wattage to match its suggested thermal output, based on the design they choose, and some designs are too thin, and we sort of have this problem with Alienware right now. It's quite sad, but it's true. There are significant drawbacks with this type of machine. Let me explain. On laptops, they struggle to cool. They sometimes adopt quiet fans to mask their weakness of being able to cool the machine properly. On Razer Blade 14, the quiet fans are actually impressive, but they sacrifice the machine's performance. Be sure to check out my full review of the Razer Blade 14. It's a great machine, but its GPU performance was gimped by 40% in the name of thinness. And we are seeing this trend continue at an alarming rate. It's happening everywhere and it's frightening. I personally run all my games at 720p maxed out graphics. Because you have this awesome 360Hz panel, there really isn't any other way to get more FPS out of it than by reducing the resolution. What a waste. I'm so disappointed that these manufacturers keep putting these amazing panels in their machines, but we're running games at 60 to 80 FPS. It's just insane. Why are these machines running these games so poorly? They seem to be able to put good hardware in their laptops, but they can't seem to utilize all the available performance. Intel, AMD, Nvidia all create great hardware, but these blasted manufacturers just struggle to utilize what they create, and this trend keeps getting worse. 5 years ago, they had the GTX 1080, and it ran almost as good as an RTX 3070. I just don't get it. What are these manufacturers doing? Yeah, Nvidia is dragging their feet with incremental GPU upgrades year after year, but Alienware is worse. They need to step up their game. They used to make machines with enough ports. You would literally have every single port you needed and more. And now I have to get on my knees and beg for ports. I guess this is just how it is. But I'm still not able to find the machine that I want with enough ports. They also used to have raw performance. I'm talking real raw performance where laptops could match a desktop counterpart. Anyone using the Alienware R5 and Area 51M knows that there really isn't any good reason to upgrade right now. And they have their Nvidia GTX 1080 and their RTX 2080 and their 6-core 8750H Intel CPU, and so what? What's the point? These guys aren't going to upgrade. They've been waiting 5+ years to upgrade their machines, and the Alienware x17, while good, just isn't that great in comparison. Alienware used to be for performance enthusiasts. It's hard to say what they're trying to do now. What do they stand for? I'm still stuck with 2 USB-A ports. It's really annoying. I plug in my mouse, I plug in my keyboard, and there's no more room for any external hard drive or any other peripherals for that matter. I like the fact that Alienware x17 laptop gives you about 80% of what the RTX 3070 is truly capable of. But seriously, it's pure BS that we have Nvidia over here making these amazing chips, and I literally only have a few laptop brands that actually can power and cool their machines properly. How annoying. Hey Nvidia, can you step up and give these laptop brands some cooling tips? Maybe some guidelines for wattage? Can you get them to stop gimping your GPU? I can understand if these machine has a quiet profile, but gimping my performance this bad is unacceptable. Alienware Area 51M was able to cool and give the GPU/CPU the right wattage and the right cooling level. How is Alienware making worse products in the name of thinness? Get it through your thick skulls, Dell and Alienware. You can't compete against Apple's MacBook. Even they're making their machines thicker now and giving their customers ports. The latest MacBook release made their machines thicker for 2 generations in a row now. They're not trying to go thin. So tell me, Dell and Alienware, what's the point of pushing thinness? Who are you even trying to compete against? Apple doesn't even worry about PC gaming. They basically made the best cooled, most quiet machine that's 8 times more efficient than x86 Intel and AMD CPUs. Their M1 Max can perform as good as a 100-watt RTX 3080 and compete against an i9 8-core Intel processor. For Christ's sake, Apple can emulate a Windows processor and use the translation layer and outperform Windows-based PC at its own game. It's pathetic. Apple's gaming market is also larger than all gaming markets combined, including console. So they have their plan figured out. So competing against them for the sake of thinness doesn't make sense. All Dell and Alienware need to do now is figure out the freaking cooling situation, which, by the way, they already figured it out before, but somehow reverted to an inferior design, and give the hardware the watts it needs. How hard can that be? Allow us to control our machine the way normal PC users did in the past. Bring back upgradability, don't abandon the Area 51M project, and give us desktop class components. Do what's right, not what's necessarily most profitable. Look at the Steam Deck, for instance. They are subsidizing the cost of their gaming machine to give users greater access to the PC gaming library via Steam. Alienware needs a similar strategy to bring people in below cost, to give people enough time so they can clearly see the benefits of a thick gaming laptop. They're just better all around. A few extra pounds isn't going to prevent me from buying a machine. In fact, it did the exact opposite. I'll have room to upgrade and install additional drives. The expandability is great. I'm really interested in knowing what your guys' current computer needs are. What is the current computer problem you're having right now? Which machines are you guys searching for? What machines have you narrowed it down to? I'd really love to chat with you guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you have any comments, be sure to leave them down in the comment section below. And I highly recommend you check out my other videos. I'll have some end screens up and running here that you can click, and that should help you pick their next video. Definitely check out the Alienware Area 51M. I've been talking about this machine for a while. Nobody seems to be interested in it, surprisingly, even though it's one of the best machines ever made. But yeah, be sure to check that out. Don't completely X the MacBook out of the equation too, because that M1 processor really is something. Alright guys, I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.